This is an update on my 1993 Isuzu Trooper. Since the last video, I realized that I left out two significant points about this particular vehicle. One is the secret compartment, which I forgot to mention, and the other is my recent finding of mounts for roof rails, which I had no idea were there for the past 26 years. This is the enormous cargo area of the Trooper. This is what I want to show you. I didn't even know this was here. There's a secret storage area here that I didn't even know was here. So if you're out on the trail and you cover this little trap door, you have a place to put stuff. Now I would put some kind of an old piece of carpet at the bottom to cushion it, but other than that, again, Isuzu put out a good product 26 years ago. This is the other finding that I didn't show in the other videos on the Trooper. And again, I've had this car for 26 plus years and never knew about this. But in terms of outfitting this for off-road and having some type of cargo basket up here, I was looking at YouTube videos and the cargo basket companies to find out if I'd have to drill holes through here. And lo and behold, look at this. They have already pre-drilled holes in 3 equally distributed areas. I previously thought that this was just some kind of weatherproofing. There are attachment points here, and where the screwdriver is, you can sort of see the Sharpie marks I made to show where the underlying screws are. And there's screws right here as well. The framework of this vehicle has little to no rust, so that it should be pretty solid for a long time to come. What I'd like to do is get all of these rubber things replaced and lubricate it. Have all the fuel lines checked, maybe the fuel pump, and I should be good to go. And also recall that this is the base model. This is the Trooper S. This is the protective rock slider for the front of the vehicle, which is all metal, and I'm sure is highly compatible with, or better than, the TRD Pro. It's got that hook there for towing. And let's look at some of the other parts under here. Again, we have some of these bushings and things which could probably be replaced or lubricated. And these, I don't know what they are, tie rods. Here are the shocks. I can't even remember when these shocks were put in. I'm sure they're not the original, but every time I take it in, they say they're okay. And as you can see, there's no leaks. This is another look at the engine compartment of this 26-plus-year-old vehicle. I've had some of the wiring for the spark plugs replaced, and they replaced the spark plugs as well. And I think that was the first time they were ever replaced. The dashboard. See, speedometer, tachometer, temperature gauge, battery, fuel, and oil pressure. Over here, the controls for the mirror. If you want to heat it, you press this button, and if you want to fold it in and out, that button. Let's see if that works. And then cruise control, all stock. I'll push this button and we'll watch. It's doing the same. Cigarette lighter, which you don't probably see much anymore. 12 volt, a little ashtray, which you don't see much in cars anymore, and empty space, the transmission and four-wheel drive controls, and a nice little dish to put something in. And this also had controls for power and winter, which I've never used, but apparently it does something to stabilize the wheels and suspension for those things. A little coin hopper here, and then switches that you could put here. You could probably still use them now. And the handbrake and bottle holders here and here. And this is a little box on the console, but the top finally sprung off one time, and I just use it to carry loose things. The control panel for all the windows, which still work. Let's see. Sounds sort of weak, but it still works. And the rear view mirror. The instructions on the sun visor on how to operate four-wheel drive, which is handy. Plus, for me, since I have two vehicles with four-wheel drive, I printed out the instructions from the manual so that I'll know how to do each one and won't mess them up because they are slightly different. A little vanity mirror. The lining in here is in perfect condition. The overhead light there. This is a cold start. Let's see, I haven't used it for over 36 hours. Let's take a look outside.